From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jeanelle Slade. Metro Park leaders want your help to figure out the future of Metro Park. Well, today, the Metro Park Advisory Board rolled out results from a community stakeholder survey and issued a call for input from the public. But first tonight, some breaking news at this hour as the first known instance of a COVID-19 variant has now been confirmed in Montana. According to the Department of Public Health and Human Services, 3 tests in Gallatin County showed signs of the United Kingdom or UK variant. This virus first showed up in the U.S. in December, and Montana is the 46th state now to report cases. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says the UK variant was first identified in the fall of 2020 and that the variant spreads easier and quicker than the others. Experts in the UK reported in January that this variant may be associated with an increased risk of death, but officials need more studies to confirm that.
I think the good news right now is that the UK variant has been around a little while. We know a little bit more about it. It does not look like it causes more severe illness. There is some evidence that it might be slightly more contagious or transmissible. But we also have pretty good evidence that the vaccine addresses this variant fairly well.
Now, we've also learned that the Gallatin County cases were all in younger individuals, and all of those individuals have recovered. Well, whether it's an amphitheater, dedicated dirt arena, or a multi-use space, the Metro Park Advisory Board hopes to have a master plan nailed down sometime this year. Q2's Mitch Laggy joins us with the latest.
Over the course of 2020, demolitions crews have been knocking down dilapidated structures on the Metro Park campus in Billings. Now, the question is, what will replace them? Metro Park leadership want to go to the public to find an answer. Demolitions include the former grandstands, 2 buildings on the west side of the property, and livestock barns to the east. On Wednesday, Metro Park Advisory Board President Charlie Loveridge said the goal is to fully utilize the entire grounds, which cover 189 acres in a centralized location in Billings. A preliminary survey of more than 50 community stakeholders saw desire to create a facility that is a true destination experience and would have the potential to offer a wide variety of events to attract tourism from outside of the county. Some possible developments for Metro Park include an outdoor amphitheater, multi-use space for medium-sized events, or dedicated dirt arena, among others, but nothing has been nailed down yet. The opportunity is there for development on the largest event space in the whole state, which brings in $150 million in revenue on an average year.
But there's really no clear consensus what the facilities are going to be. Over the coming weeks, we invite the public to be part of that conversation, to weigh in on the current design concepts and to bring new ideas. We know the residents want Metro Park to be an iconic campus that draws people from around the region to our community. As we talked about earlier, that's huge. That brings a lot of money into the community. Developing that vision, a community-wide process, and we welcome this period of robust public participation. We really want to know what the community is thinking. We really want the community to say, that's my Metro Park.
To gain public input in the coming weeks, the advisory board hopes to roll out civic and business group work meetings, a public opinion survey, and website. Reporting in Billings, Mitch Laggy, MTN News.
All right, thanks so much, Mitch. Now, once the master plan is compiled, the document will be passed along to county commissioners who will have the final say on whether to move forward with any construction. Well, today kicked off 2 weeks of basketball tournaments in Metro Park. Although crowd limits have been lifted for larger events, Metro Park management isn't taking any chances with COVID-19. Q2's Krista Rose has those details.
When the game is on the line, it's important to know the team has your back. For Metro Park, the game is COVID safety, and the team is their dedicated staff that disinfects the arena between each match. Up to 1,000 people can come to these tournament games, 500 from each team. And the way Metro is working to keep fans safe is with sanitization and crowd control.
The arena is broken into 2 parts right down the middle. One team is on one side, one team is on the other side. It even goes all the way back into the lobby area. So when you approach the building, you will know which lobby you go in and then stay on your side. You'll see bike rack barricades all across the building to keep people on their side of the arena. There's no intermingling, again, to help with COVID protection. Then at the end of a game, we empty the arena, disinfect the arena, and then let the next group of people come in. You aren't exiting through the lobby, you'll exit through special doors on either side of the arena when you leave, so that we again keep the intermingling down to a minimum.
And what do they use to clean? Well, it's actually pretty cool.
If you're in an arena, you might see a t-shirt cannon, and this is kind of like that, but instead of shooting t-shirts, it shoots sanitizing mist.
It's an EPA-approved chemical to clean the seats. It is designed to fight COVID and is like 99.9% effective. And we spray that with a mister that you'll see throughout the building. They immediately go, as soon as the seats are empty, and begin spraying all the way up and down any seats that have been occupied, so that we're all set for the next group to come in. Safety for the tournament is a slam dunk. I think we have done a great job with that. The CMS cleaning crew is doing excellent work. All our staff has worked very, very hard to be able to put the tournament on this year. The Southern B guys have been excellent, and we are just having a good time with it.
Reporting in Billings, Chris DeRose, MTN News.
Thanks, Chris. And it is worth noting that if you are looking for tickets for any of these games, they are not being sold at the Metro Park box office. Tickets are being sold and distributed by the individual schools who have an allotment. Well, the man who chased down, shot, and killed his ex-girlfriend ambush style in front of their 6-year-old child now admits he's guilty. 27-year-old Taylor Plainbull appeared by video in federal court this morning to change his plea. Lanita Goes Ahead was killed on October 24th while she was driving their daughter to a birthday party in Billings. Plainbull, who was driving a stolen truck, spotted Lanita driving with her boyfriend on Blue Creek Road. He chased after Lanita's car until it got stuck in a ditch. Plainbull says he shot out the car's passenger window, and when he hit Lanita's boyfriend with the gun, it discharged, striking Lanita in the chin, and the bullet continued to her heart. Plainbull then grabbed their daughter and called 911, claiming the shooting was an accident. Plainbull was taken into custody 3 days later at a Billings hotel following a standoff with law enforcement. His sentencing is set for July 23rd. He faces life in prison. Well, Montana's 2021 legislature has hit its midway point. Lawmakers are headed home and will return next week to start the session's second half. But before they left the Capitol, top legislative leaders weighed in with chief political reporter Mike Dennison, who also caught up with the governor.
For majority Republicans and Governor Gianforte, the story of the session so far is their economic agenda, like the new law protecting businesses against lawsuits related to COVID and a package of tax cuts that the GOP is advancing.
That opened the doors of Montana businesses and gave them a little bit more ability to navigate with COVID, where they don't have to worry about lawsuits and so forth. And it allowed the governor to open the state back up.
The tax credits for trade scholarships, business equipment tax reform, our red tape relief efforts. So we're doing what we told the people of Montana we would do.
Minority Democrats see things a bit differently. They point to a rush of Republican bills on non-economic issues, such as restricting abortion and transgender citizens or making it harder to vote.
It is a surprise to me that most of the bills that we've seen from the Republicans have really been about, taking away these rights and freedoms.
Most of the abortion bills are headed to Gianforte's desk, and he intends to sign them.
I am pro-life. I think life is precious and it should be protected.
When asked if these types of bills might make Montana less attractive to luring businesses or young professionals to the state, the governor simply said no. Blaisdell says while the social issue bills have garnered plenty of attention, Republicans are also passing under-the-radar bills to make it easier to do business in Montana. And Democrats say they can point to some victories too, despite their minority status, such as bills still alive to protect data privacy and telemedicine, and the death of several bills that would have undermined organized labor. But everyone agrees that a big unfinished issue for the second half of the session will be ironing out the implementation of recreational marijuana in Montana, as approved by voters last November. The governor says his administration is working on a bill that will be ready soon and have some changes in how to spend the marijuana tax revenue.
I put forward a proposal which is to redirect a portion of the revenue for substance abuse counseling, addiction recovery. There will still be a component directed towards conservation, but I think addiction's got to be a priority.
In the second half of the session, lawmakers also must craft the state budget and authorize the spending of hundreds of millions of dollars of federal COVID relief money. So, plenty of things to do when they return here next week. At the Capitol, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
Thanks, Mike. Now on MTN's Face the State this Sunday, you can watch Mike Dennison's full interviews. Well, up next on tonight's MTN 530 News here on Q2, from the gridiron to the hardwood, the West High boys hope that muscle and heart will make them golden once again. Plus, March Madness is kicking into high gear as Glendive, Laurel, Hardin, and Central all tip off their State A title runs today.
I came outside to quality check the forecast. Jeanelle said it was social distancing. Temperatures today up to 57 at the Billings Airport, and across the region we saw readings moving up into the 60s. Take a look at the forecast details coming up in just a few minutes.